We speak in heat and there we stay. Not because it's comfortable, not because it's safe, but because it's real. Because in the fire, there is truth. There is clarity. There is no room for pretending in the flames. You either rise or you burn. You either step forward or you melt into the ash of forgotten dreams. Right here, in this furnace of effort and will, is where your real voice is forged. Not the voice the world told you to use. Not the mask you wear to fit in, but your true voice, roaring, unwavering, unshakable. You want to change your life? Start by stepping into the fire. Start by refusing to be lukewarm. Stop dipping your toes into greatness and hoping you won't get burned. Let it scorch you. Let it sear away every excuse, every doubt, every story you've told yourself about why you can't. Because in that pain, there is transformation. In that heat, there is power. Power that belongs to you. Power that's been sleeping under layers of hesitation and fear and waiting for one thing, your decision. You've been told to calm down, to quiet your ambition, to be more digestible, more manageable. But what they really mean is, don't make waves. Don't make us uncomfortable. Don't make us look in the mirror. But you weren't born to shrink. You were born to stand, to burn so brightly that others remember how to ignite themselves. You were born to speak in heat, and that language, it doesn't need translation. It needs action. It needs courage. It needs someone bold enough to show up when it's hard, when it's hot, when it hurts. You don't need a perfect plan. You need a relentless mindset. You need to be willing to show up for yourself when no one else claps, when the room is silent, when the results are slow, when the only thing louder than your heartbeat is your doubt. That's when champions are made. Not when things are easy, but when everything in you says stop, and you keep going anyway. That's not luck. That's not fate. That's will. And it is the strongest force on this earth when it's fully activated. You already have what it takes. Let me repeat that. You already have it. Not after the next seminar. Not after you get more experience. Not once they finally see you. Right now, inside you. But you've got to be willing to dig for it, to burn for it, to fight for it. Every day you wake up with a choice. Shrink or rise. Speak cold or speak in heat. Whisper your dreams or scream them into the bones of reality. Some people won't get it. Some people will leave. Let them. Not everyone is meant to walk with you into the fire. Some are only built for shade. Don't water yourself down to keep them comfortable. Your mission is too big for compromise. You are not here for everyone's approval. You are here for purpose. And purpose doesn't apologize. It doesn't wait. It doesn't beg to be liked. It commands. It demands. And you either answer or you bury it alive. You are fire walking in skin. You are heat dressed as breath. You are every ounce of pressure turned into diamonds waiting to rise. You've got to start believing that like your life depends on it, because it does. The life you were meant to live will never show up in the shadows. It lives out here in the burn, in the friction, in the moments you want to quit but keep going anyway. The heat isn't punishment, it's prophecy. It's the signal that you're close, that you're real, that you're alive. Let every failure feed you. Let every no fuel you. Let every door slammed in your face become the beat of your war drum. You are not done. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are becoming. And that process is not pretty. It's not clean. It's not peaceful. It's loud. It's gritty. It's messy and hot and exhausting. But it is worth it. Because on the other side of that burn is the version of you who doesn't flinch anymore. Who doesn't run anymore. Who doesn't ask for permission to be powerful. When you decide to stop hiding, the whole world shifts. The air changes. People feel it before you speak. They feel the heat coming off your presence. That's what it means to walk in purpose. To carry the fire and not apologize for the smoke. You don't owe anyone your silence. You don't owe anyone your dimming. If your fire blinds them, let them look away. You are not too much. You are exactly enough for the mountain you were born to climb. And don't wait for the right moment. Make the moment right. Make today count. Make now sacred. Stop saying someday. Someday is a thief. Someday is a lie. Dressed in polite intentions. You have today. That's all any of us have. So use it. Use it to rise. To break patterns. To kill comfort. To get uncomfortable with mediocrity. You don't have time to waste pretending this isn't urgent. It is. Your life is on the line. Your legacy is on the line. Your fire is on the line. And if you're tired, good. That means you've been moving. That means you've been trying. That means you're still in it. Tired doesn't mean stop. Tired means dig deeper. It means go again. It means fuel the fire with your own exhaustion and keep going. No one remembers the people who quit when it got hard. They remember the ones who bled and rose and conquered anyway. You want to be remembered. Then move like it. Live like it. Stop looking for signs. Be the sign. Stop praying for a way out. Start building a way through. You don't need rescue. You need release. Release from fear. From doubt. From waiting. From the version of you that keeps asking for approval. Say goodbye to that version. Bury them. Burn them. And walk forward. Reborn in fire. Speaking heat. And refusing to be silenced. No one's coming to light your fire for you. You've got to strike the match. You've got to stoke the flame. You've got to protect it from the wind and feed it with your pain, your persistence, your hunger. And then when it's burning wild and loud, you feed the world with it. You light other fires. You wake other warriors. And you keep going. Not because it's easy, but because it's who you are. So if you're still breathing, it's not over. If your heart's still beating, the fight's still on. If your soul is still screaming for more, then listen. That's not noise. That's your fire speaking. That's your purpose pounding its fists against your ribcage, saying, let me out. Let it out. Let it roar. Let it run through the streets of your life and burn every lie that said you were small. Burn the excuses. Burn the past. Burn the limits. You're not made of glass. You're made of grit. You're made of storms and scars and survival. So stop pretending you're fragile. You've survived things others wouldn't even understand. You're still here, and that means there's still more for you. More to fight for. More to build. More to give. More to claim. You don't have to know the whole path. You just have to take the next step. One step into the fire. One step into the heat. One step toward the version of you who doesn't back down. They say some are born with fire. But I say we all are. We just forget. We bury it. We let it dim. Not anymore. No more shrinking. No more waiting. No more apologizing for your roar. You're here now, and you are the heat. You are the blaze. You are the one who doesn't just survive the fire. You become it. So go. Not later. Now. Not softly. Loudly. Not alone. Powerfully. Let them feel you before you speak. Let them remember you when you're gone. And let them say, that one spoke in heat, and never left the fire. Stay there. Stay hot. Stay bold. Stay burning. And when the smoke clears, let the world see what rises from the ash. Let it be you. The fire. The force. The flame that will not die. Because we speak in heat, and there we stay. We speak in heat, and there we stay. Not because we're reckless, not because we crave chaos, but because we understand something the quiet world never will. Transformation only happens in fire. Change isn't born in comfort. Growth doesn't bloom from stillness. The heat is where everything that no longer serves us burns away. The heat is where our excuses melt, and our truth is forged. And those who dare to stay there, those who refuse to run, become unshakable. There's a wildness in you, a tempest that cannot be soothed by silence or safety. You've tried to smother it, to be like the rest, to settle for lukewarm, but you were never meant for that. You were born with fire in your chest, and lightning in your tongue. You speak in heat because your soul demands it. You were never designed to whisper through life. You were made to blaze through it with every breath igniting the next. And if the world tells you to be smaller, to dim down, to behave, let your flame answer louder than any words ever could. You don't need permission to be powerful. You don't need applause to be worthy. Your fire is not dependent on anyone else's recognition. It is your birthright. It is your weapon. It is your truth. And in a world that tries so desperately to tame what it fears, the bravest thing you can do is burn anyway. Burn even when they stare. Burn even when they mock. Burn because there are others like you searching the darkness for a single flicker of courage, and your flame might be the one that saves them. You've been told to wait, to be patient, to bide your time, and maybe you listened, thinking that the right moment would come if you just stayed still long enough. But the truth is, there is no right moment. There is only now. There is only this choice. Rise or fade. Burn or break. Speak or be forgotten. And you didn't come this far to be forgotten. You didn't crawl through fire to become ashes. You are the inferno. You are the answer to every voice that ever told you no. You are the roar in a world that whispers. And it's time you acted like it. You'll be tested. Not once, not twice, but constantly. Life will press on your chest and ask, are you sure you want this? Pain will creep in and ask, is the fire still worth it? And fear will scream, turn back now. But you don't listen to fear anymore. You've made your choice. You speak in heat, and you stay, because you understand. The fire is not the enemy. It is the forge. It doesn't destroy you. It sculpts you. It hammers away the lies. It reforges the bones of your spirit, until you become something the world has never seen before. You do not walk the path of the average. You do not chase comfort. You are the kind that gets up when it hurts. The kind that fights without asking if the odds are fair. The kind that faces failure, and keeps going anyway. Your power isn't that you never fall. It's that you never stay down. You rise again and again, no matter what's stacked against you. Because when you speak in heat, defeat doesn't understand your language. Let others play it safe. Let them keep their hands clean and their lives tidy. But that's not your story. You weren't made for sterile victories or pretty paths. You were made to fight in the mud, to claw your way up from the fire with grit in your teeth and a war cry in your lungs. You're not the kind that fades into the background. You're the one who sets the stage ablaze. The one who shows the world what happens when someone refuses to quit. The one who turns every wound into wisdom, every scar into strategy, every doubt into fuel. And yes, it will hurt. Growth always does. The heat strips away your illusions. It shows you the parts of yourself you were too scared to face. It demands honesty. It demands sacrifice. But it gives you something no one else can. Clarity. In the fire you see what matters. You see who you are, not who you were told to be. Not who the world tried to shape you into, but the raw, powerful truth of you. The version that cannot be stopped, silenced, or sold. There will be moments where you think you can't go any further. Moments when exhaustion bites at your heels, and doubt claws at your back. But in those moments, remember who you are. Remember what lives in your chest. Remember that fire is not just what you walk through. It's what you are. Let it remind you that power isn't about ease. It's about endurance. About standing tall in the heat, and saying, I'm still here. I'm not done. I will not break. Every obstacle in your path was placed there to be shattered. Every limit was meant to be tested. You were not created to follow. You were born to lead. Born to build something no one's ever seen. Born to take the heat and mold it into something undeniable. You don't shrink in the fire. You grow. You get louder. You get clearer. You get more danger. House to anything that ever tried to chain you down.